CSS, or also known as Cascading Style Sheet. It is a language we use to style an HTML document. It describes how HTML elements are to be displayed on screen, paper, or in other media. It will save you a lot of work, for it can control the layout of multiple web pages all at once. There are three ways on how to apply CSS styles on our HTML document. The first one is the inline styling. Whenever you use inline styling, you should always associate the style attribute within the opening tag or the start tag. The second one is the internal styling. We use the style element between the head section and use some CSS selectors. And number three is the external styling. External styling usually uses CSS external files. So it is a separate file from your HTML document. Then you have to call this CSS file between the head section of your HTML document. In this example, I'm going to show you how to use inline styling by using the style attribute. I have already added the sample text here showing different paragraphs, but they don't have any styles associated with it. Let's take a look on how it looks like on a preview mode. Right click on the document tab, open in browser, then select Mozilla Firefox. Save the changes, yes. And then there you go. So this is the text or the paragraph that we will be working on. We'll apply inline style by using the style attribute. So let's get started. The first thing that we will do is to add the structure for this HTML document. And we will do that by adding the necessary tags for each text of this HTML document. So let's start. Let's save the changes and let's take a look the effect of the changes that we've made. So go back to our browser, right click, then reload. So there you go. This is not the effect of associating those tags for each text that we have for this example. Okay, so let's continue doing this. Let's go back to the Dreamweaver. All right, so I guess we're done. So what we did here is just we added the necessary tags to complete the structure of our HTML document. So let's save the changes and let's have a look on the effect of the changes that we've made. Okay, so I guess we have this structure now. So the mission, vision, college goals, accessing computers. Okay, so there you go. So next move will be adding some styles using the style attribute. So this is an inline style. What we are going to do on applying styles is by using the inline style. And for that to happen, we will associate style attribute for each element that we have here on our HTML page. So let's go back to our Dreamweaver and let's start with our mission. What I will do here is just put the style attribute and then state the font face that I want to use or the font family. What I want to use is just the Arial or Century Gothic. So I'm just going to type here Century Gothic. Okay, since my font has a space between, so maybe I can put single quote between them. And then let's have a look on our browser if it goes correctly. Yes, it goes correctly. And then let's go back to our Dreamweaver. Then after that, we'll add another style here, semicolon, and then change the color. Then I want this to be green. There you go. And then we will do the same style for another H1 here for the vision. And then for College of Sciences goals, we'll apply the same style as well as for the computer laboratories advisories. Okay, so let's save the changes, go back to the browser, and then reload. Okay, there you have it. Okay, so next we will work on the paragraphs between the headings. Okay, we want our paragraphs to be the same for this page. So what we will do is to put style on our body. So let's select the body and right there, style attribute. And then we will state here that the text will be, or the font family will be, and the size, font size. So the 1.2 EM here states that 1.2 times the default size of our font size. Okay, so that's it. The next we will save the changes, go back to our browsers and then reload. Okay, so there you go. It changes our text. Okay, so let's continue. Let's change these subheadings. Let's go back to our Dreamweaver. And then for H2, we will add a different style. Let's say the color is orange, and then font family still will be Century Gothic. We will use this style for all the rest of our heading too. So let's have a look, reload. Okay, so there you go. So we are applying styles using inline style by associating style attribute. Okay, so what else? Okay, so next move will be adding some enough space between lines of each text that we have here. Okay, so to do that, let's go back to our Dreamweaver. Let's go to the body section of our page, and then we will add here line height, and then let's add, let's say 2 EM, and then let's go back to our browser, reload. Okay, so there you go. We have now a good spacing between each lines. So that's all for this inline styling, and see you in the next part of this lesson, CSS lecture or the cascading style sheet.